Ciena is one of the providers into the submarine cable space. We provide what's called submarine light wave terminating equipment. In 2010, we introduced a new technology into the marketplace called coherent optical systems, and that enables people to upgrade existing cables as well as add capacity to installed plant. And in new cable deployments, it represents the best way to light that cable, fill it with as much capacity as possible. We like to attend the Submarine Networks World show because it allows us to talk to the people who have, opportunities to produce new connections in the world, right? I'm an engineer by trade. Engineers like to solve problems, and this is a place where I can come and talk the technology and get people to understand, what these kind of communication technologies can be used for. So the industry is actually quite healthy right now. The submarine cables represent the big connections between continents, between cities. It's why the World Wide Web operates the way it does. It carries the vast majority of the communications between large cities, between countries. And so with the advent of all the internet content providers, there's tremendous demand for connections between continents, and so this is a growth industry right now. So when you look into the future, the capacity drivers are continue to roll out of video services, the beginnings of the Internet of Things. There's tremendous demand for connections into new regions that are underserved. There's still billions of people who are not yet connected into the Internet. And as those people do come online, they're going to expect the same kinds of over-the-top services that the rest of us have. The new cables that are being put in are actually optimized for these systems we call coherent optical systems, right? They're typically what are called large effective area fibers. They have high dispersion. So very effectively, as you put lots and lots of signals down the fiber, they walk past each other very quickly and they don't interfere with each other. And that's the best state of the art for how to build these kinds of connections. It looks to us as a tremendous opportunity to continue to provide equipment to solve problems. Many routes are being planned today that are interconnecting data centers, and they're producing very large increases in demand for equipment. And so we basically furnish equipment into that marketplace. So we view this as a market that's ripe with lots of opportunity and lots of growth. So one of the biggest changes in the submarine business that's happened in about the last 3 to 5 years has been the advent of what are called open cables. And it's where the cable system itself, so that's the cable plus the undersea amplifiers, are actually bought separately from the submarine light wave terminating equipment, the equipment that sits up on the land and lights the cable. And the reason they've opened up like this is it creates the ability to have lots of choice. You can choose who provides the cable separately from who provides your equipment, and you can use the best equipment available at the time. You're not locked into one vendor. It allows lots of choice, lots of flexibility. We think that's the preferred architecture going forward. I gave a talk on submarine cables and whether or not they were too big to fail. The point I was making is that we have such high capacity routes now that the failure of any one of these cables would be noticed by folks because it would immediately impact their internet experience. And I was making the case that with the advent of things like big data and analytics that go along with it, you can actually observe the entire global network and understand what's happening throughout that network. And you can even do some predictive analytics, watch what's going on in the network and understand where failures may be occurring and take action ahead of the failure. In other words, anticipating what's happening and then reroute traffic and provide, again, continuous connectivity for folks.